This is a Ramon tree. My yard's covered in them because the old man I bought the place from planted them all around. They make a lot of shade, they grow fast, and the cows and pigs and sheep love the leaves. In fact, it's funny, if the branches grow down low enough, you'll see the cows standing up on their back feet trying to reach them and get them. Well, I learned something here a few months ago. I had some friends coming from the States who brought me some of these little pruning cups. Can you see them? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And these open up in half. And what you do is you scrape some bark away from the branch, and then you fill these with dirt, root stimulator, close them around that cut, that wound, and wait a month and come back, and it's got roots in it. And then you can cut that off, and you've got the beginning of a new tree. Well, what you can see here with this one, okay, there's the cup, and it comes all the way out here. So this branch is probably 1 meter long. Well, gosh, that's a lot better way to start a tree, if I can. So I tried these cups on citrus trees, and they didn't work. It just didn't work. Big dud, big dud. But I found that they do work on Ramon. So the way I know that is I put 4 of them on a branch, and I'm going to show, or 4, 5, or 6, I can't remember. And I'm going to show you here in just a second what they look like after 4 weeks. So here are 2 that we use the little pruning cups on a Ramon tree, and they rooted, and so we cut them off and we planted them in bags. And I don't know, this is maybe 70 centimeters tall. This may be 50, I don't know. But let's see, here's another one, and here's another one. And let's see, there's one, another one. This one we got a little carried away. It's pretty thick. It's probably the diameter of my little finger, and kind of went into shock. It lost all its leaves, but we've been cutting, checking it, and this thing's still alive. So this will make a, my gosh, like a 18-month-old tree if it survives. So what I'm doing this morning is I'm going to sit down here and prune these leaves off so that the root system can feed, doesn't have so much to feed. So I'm going to prune this. Now, I want to show you the advantage of this, if I can get this to work well. So this took 4 weeks to get it rooted with the cup on the tree, and now I have a tree that's about 70, 80 meters tall. On the other hand, these are seedlings. I planted these from a nut. These are 3 weeks old. So these will grow up like the big ones, but it's just going to take some time. And I'm going to continue to do this. I have 250 of these, and then I have 250 more, 200 more planted in planting trays here. These are the nuts that we planted a week ago. You just push them in the ground. So these nuts will make seedlings like this, and then I'll have 500 of them, which, as I said, they'll grow up to be a tree, but it'll just take a little bit longer. If I can, on the other hand, start them off 70 meters tall, well, maybe I'll actually get to sit under the shade of that tree someday. So we're also transplanting aloe vera, if you're wondering what all these are. But that's the advantage of using the pruning cups on their own trees. I've got 15 of those cups up in the tree I showed you, and I have 36 more cups ordered from Amazon. So we're gonna try and do this. Still planting the seedlings, because I'd like to have about 1,000 of these trees. But if I can get them started and by the way, the cups up in the trees, we used 1 meter branches for those. So we're going to start off with a 1 meter tree when we do plant it. In closing, here's the little Ramon tree I said that I'm about to prune, and I'm going to do a pruning job on it and this one, and then I'll take one more closing video to show you what they look like after I prune them up. Well, the joke's on me, but at least I'll be honest about it. The principle's still the same. Here's the tree I showed you just a moment ago after it's pruned, and here's the other one pruned. However, I am colorblind, and so I can't tell a distinction in leaves sometimes. This tree right here is actually a naranja, an orange tree, and so principle's still the same. You got to keep them pruned so that the root system doesn't have to feed so much. And if you're wondering how I discovered my mistake, the orange trees have little spikes on them, stickers, whatever you want to call them. And you grab hold of an orange tree branch and you'll know real quick what you got hold of. This, on the other hand, is a Ramon. This is a Ramon already been pruned, and that's a Ramon already been pruned. You can see I tied these together because one of them was kind of growing over sideways, and I'd like them to grow up straight. So there you go. Tree transplants, getting a head start. 6-month or, gosh, I don't know, maybe 9-month head start on a tree if I can get them this size instead of the little seedlings. Hope you enjoyed it. Life's an adventure. I love learning new things.